So what we're going to do now is compare two projects that are equivalent in the sense that they do the same thing, they have the same features, but different in how the code is factored, how the code is organized, which methods contain which instructions, which class contains which method, and so on. So let's just take a look at the code, see what it does. So it's a parking lot system where cars come to get a parking ticket based on vehicle information like license plates and what time. So for example, here's a little run through of using the system in our main method. You could imagine that this uses a graphical user interface, but we're just using a console program to run it. So we create a parking lot object. The parking lot object will take parking tags or create parking tags for us. So to create a parking tag, you need to have a vehicle. So a vehicle has a license plate and an integer that designates what kind of vehicle it is, like a large vehicle, small vehicle. So you create this vehicle object, and you also need a date, and you need a special ID number so that all the parking tags can be unique. And once you have all those pieces of information, you can take them and create a parking tag. And so now a parking tag specifies a vehicle, a time, an ID number, and once you have that tag, you can park the vehicle in the lot. So the lot keeps track of all the tags. And then we do the same thing for a couple more vehicles. And inside the lot class, if I put my cursor there and I press the F3 key on my keyboard, I go directly to the class. And inside the class, I have an array list of tags. I have an integer which specifies the next number for the next parking tag so that all the parking tags are different. And there's some rates here about calculating the cost of parking the vehicle, some initialization. This calculates how much the parking is going to cost for a given vehicle. When we park a vehicle, it adds it to an array list. New ID just gives us another unique integer. So all the parking tags are different. And if we want to get a parking tag, we can search for it by the license plate number. So there's our program. Now I have a second version of an equivalent program. And so now taking a look at the main method, your first impression is that it's a lot shorter, it's a lot simpler, a lot cleaner. We've got a parking lot, we have a vehicle that we create and we park it. We create another vehicle and we park it. We don't have to deal with the unique ID. We didn't have to deal with the date. We didn't have to deal with all the details needed in creating the parking tag. We just simply gave the vehicle and the lot took care of the rest for us. So what's the difference? So when we do park vehicle, this has changed. I'm going to go and press F3 on my keyboard. And in park vehicle, this method takes care of figuring out the current date and time, makes the parking tag, adds the tag to the list of parking tags inside the parking lot object. And then we've got another method that takes care of when the car wants to leave, and it tells us how much the fee is for parking. This method has stayed the same. This method has stayed the same. So just by making some minor changes, we've made using a parking lot a lot easier. So parking lot objects are much easier to use now that we've taken the details and we've pushed them inside of the class. We say that we've abstracted the details. So we've applied this principle of abstraction to hide details, to abstract away the details, which made using this class better. So we've made a big improvement over the parking lot class and the classes that it uses.